Thank you, 7th grade band. Before we hear from Dr. Cooper and have the presentation, I also would like to introduce Maria Gonzalez. She wants to make a few comments on the part of State Senator Jeff Hansen.
Wow, I wasn't planning to speak today, but after seeing all of you guys and the amazing talent and all the work that you guys have put in today, on behalf of Senator Hansen, who unfortunately wasn't able to be here today, I congratulate you guys. I hope you realize just how big this is. This isn't just a state award. This is a national award. Right now, there are thousands of kids all over the U.S. in the same grades and the same age that you are that are sitting in their classrooms, but they're not celebrating like this today. They don't get the opportunity to come to an assembly and be recognized for all the effort that you guys have put in, that your teachers have put in, and that your administration has put in to make you guys one of the best schools in the nation and a school to watch. You guys are the kids that are coming up into the high school age. You're going to be going to college and different things. And you guys are part of a school that everybody's looking at now, not just the state and not just a few people here and there. The entire nation knows that Fruitport Middle School is a place to look out for because these kids mean business. They're involved, they're educated, and they know what they're doing and where they want to go. So on behalf of Senator Hansen, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing what you guys have in store.
All right, without any further ado, I would like to introduce Dr. Nick Cooper, who is the State Director of the Michigan Schools to Watch, and he will be presenting us with our banner. And I have my 3 students that are going to help me out, so if you could kind of find your way towards the front and you know who you are. Dr. Cooper.
Good afternoon. It is a real pleasure for me to be here today for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is that I was a middle school principal for a number of years, and I just love middle school. I love middle school students and middle school teachers, and being back here amongst you is really nice, and I really appreciate that opportunity. The Schools to Watch program, I want to give you just a little bit of background on that. The program originated from middle school experts deciding that they needed to combine and refine their vision of what a good middle school looked like, and what a great middle school looked like. And so over time what they did is they decided on what the criteria that made up a really outstanding middle school. And then after they made that criteria, they said it's not enough just to have this on paper. We have to have models of this. And we have to have models of this that people can go and visit all over the country. And they decided that what they would call those schools would be schools to watch. And what they did was they put together this model and a system of going out and visiting these schools and having people look at what was going on in those schools to see not what excellence is or perfection is. It is about excellence, but it's not about perfection. It is about continuing to grow, and that's a very important part of this. And Fruitport Middle School really exemplifies that as much as any school that I've become acquainted with. Fruitport worked hard to reach this recognition. It began with them about 4 years ago. I visited this school about 4 years ago with the first team that came to Fruitport. And at that time, we looked at the school and we saw a lot of promise. We saw a lot of really good things going on. And we also saw that it was kind of in the infant stages, at the beginning stages. And we said, you know what? You're not a school to watch just yet, but here are some things that you can do. And if you do these things, you will be. Now, I got to tell you that we've done that with other schools, and what they've done is they've decided, well, we'll just focus someplace else. But with the really excellent schools, they take that feedback and they say, okay, we'll do it. And that's what Fruitport did. They took that information and they worked hard, and now they have become one of Michigan's schools to watch. So what does that mean exactly? Among the things that it means is that representatives from this school will go to Washington, D.C. in a couple months and be recognized on a national stage. As you heard mentioned here, this is not just a state award, this is a national award. A school to watch in Michigan compares with a school to watch in California, in Colorado, in North Carolina, and all the schools that have this honor. And they're not replicas, they all don't look the same, but they all are moving in this direction, and they all have processes in place to keep it going. You're going to be visited also. We're going to be telling people about you. And other schools are going to come in and they're going to look at what you're doing, and they're going to observe your students, and they're going to observe your teachers, and they're going to observe your practices, and they're going to say, this is what it looks like, huh? And I got to tell you that of the schools to watch, including this one, that the schools that became School to Watch, most of those schools took it upon themselves to visit other schools to watch. And now you're going to be that model. And what that means is that you got to keep your game up. You haven't arrived, but you're at the head of the pack. And it's important to keep going there. It means that your work has also just begun. You're a School to Watch for 3 years. After 3 years, you can reapply, and at that time, we come back and we visit you again. That's what I like about this program, because it doesn't say you're a School to Watch now and you're always a School to Watch. It says you got to keep growing. You got to keep responding. You got to keep doing what's right for the students here. And that's what's going to happen. And that happens every 3 years after that. I want to share with you a couple things too that have happened just today since I arrived here. One of the things that really sets apart a School to Watch is the attitude of the students. I got here about an hour and a half earlier today. That was to make sure I got here on time. If anybody knows me, they know that was really important. And I was walking around the school, and I decided to step outside out and watch the students at lunchtime outside. It's kind of fun to do that when you've been a middle school principal, and just to watch students and kind of be amongst them again. And here's what happened. About 8 or 9 young ladies came over across the field, introduced themselves to me, and welcomed me. And then proceeded to introduce themselves and tell me a little bit about themselves and ask me things about myself. And it was really kind of cool. That doesn't happen at every school. It does happen almost in every School to Watch. But those young ladies who greeted me, would you stand? I know you're here because I saw you. All right. I just want to recognize you. Thank you. Among the things that they said to me that I want to also use at this point is that they were really gracious and said, thank you for making us a School to Watch. And here's the thing, I didn't do it. I'm the messenger. I'm carrying the banner. I'm the one who's recognizing you. I didn't make you a School to Watch. You did. So the thanks goes to you. So what I'd like to do now, and I hope you will join me in this, is I'm going to recognize everybody that was a part of this. And as I have them stand, I would like everybody to say thank you. And then when we get done, we're going to have a little bit of fun with that. Okay? So as I'm recognizing people, I'd like you to stand, and then I'm going to point to all of you and you say thank you. All right? We're going to begin with the administrators, community members, and parents that are here. These are the people that support this school and whose vision it is that got you to this place. So would you please, people all stand? Thank you. Now let's talk about, and let's have the staff members. And when I'm talking about staff members, I'm not just talking about the teachers. I'm talking about everybody that works in this school. Would you please stand? Okay, real loud. Thank you. All right. And as I mentioned, not insignificant in the Schools to Watch visit is what we see from the students. So I'm going to have the students stand, and I'm going to recognize you by teams. And I'd like, as I recognize your team, please stand. And again, what I'd like everybody to do is to stand together at the end of this and say thank you. So let's begin with Mrs. McWilliams' class. It is my pleasure as the State Director of Michigan Schools to Watch to recognize Fruitport Middle School as one of this year's Michigan Schools to Watch. Thank you.